During the Baryon fight, Kurama sacrificed himself so that way Naruto can have a way to fight back against Ishiki to finally get rid of him. And so he tells him, don't do what he did or else you'll end up joining him. Now, we weren't really told if Kurama was ever going to reincarnate again. I just felt, I don't know, I guess when I saw Kurama's return again, like it kind of just like diminished everything about Kurama's sacrifice and what it meant for Naruto.
Okay, I'm glad you said that. So a lot of people have been saying that Kurama's death is meaningless now. That's a direct quote. Why do you, Immortal, think that Kurama's death is meaningless now? Let's go over it.
I guess I kind of forgot about the whole Tail Beast reincarnate thing. Because I know it was told to us all the way back in OG Naruto that Tail Beasts can reincarnate. But it was just, you know, Kurama was willing to give his life for Naruto. And he gave his life to give Naruto a new power-up, a power-up that will surpass, that's just like an entirely different beast from 6-pass Sage Mode and his regular KCM transformations. And so
let me stop you right there real quick.
Mode.
He's not doing it for that. That's a byproduct of what he's doing. He's doing this to stop Ishiki. The byproduct of that is giving Naruto this new form. He's not doing it for the form. Because Naruto doesn't have the form.
Well, no, obviously. I was saying for Kurama was doing it for Naruto in a sense. Because him and Naruto have over the years has developed a really good relationship with each other.
Sure. Well, Kurama's doing it to stop Ishiki and to save the world. It was for Naruto, but yeah. What's the meaning of his death? Because I would say that's the meaning. Kurama died. If it's meaningless now, that implies it had meaning before now. So what was the meaning before now of Kurama's death?
We've seen pretty much everything that's happened throughout Naruto's life when Kurama was inside of him. And how it led up to him finally learning about Kurama and every transformation that he gained as a result of everything that, in retrospect to what led up to Baryon mode.
That all is fine, because all of that is real. Kurama did sacrifice himself. Kurama did die. Those emotions are real. It's not like it's a fake-out death. It wasn't retconned. Everything that happened, happened. What Kurama did, sacrificing himself for the world, it wasn't to permanently save the world. It was to give them a chance, first and foremost. They took that chance and they succeeded, to defend the world for another day. Not like Kurama knows there's going to be threats after this. Kurama says, don't be reckless in the future, implying there's going to be a future that recklessness could be required. Kurama knows it's not to save the world forever. It's just to save the world until the next threat, to give them a little bit more time. That's what they've always been fighting for a little bit more time of peace. It's a constant struggle. Life itself is a constant struggle. And so to sacrifice yourself, to give others more life, more hope, more chance to go on to fight another day. That's what it's about. That happened. That meaning is still there. It doesn't matter if he comes back now, whether it's a new Kurama or an old Kurama. What happened, happened. His sacrifice, it did matter. It did lead to a difference, to a change, to what we have now. This current conflict can only happen because of what happened there that allowed this to happen in the first place, let alone the past 3 years where the Earth continued to exist, and everyone on it.
Not only that, though, in terms of not just like why Kurama did the sacrifice, in terms of the effect of what it did in the next 2 arcs with Kawaki, the whole thing in the Code arc is Naruto doesn't have Kurama anymore. He's weaker now. That's why Kawaki is driven into madness. That's why he wants the Karma Seal back to save Naruto. That's why he's trying to kill Boruto now. Naruto still doesn't have Kurama. Kurama came back through Himawari. All that stays just as relevant as it did before. So that isn't diminished either.
All those consequences are still there. So not just that, hypothetically, let's assume this is the same Kurama, the same old Kurama. This is not a new one. He has the same soul, memories, emotions, feelings, all of it. It still matters because Kurama was still dead for years. First of all, he didn't want to die in the first place, let alone for any amount of time. Second of all, it's just like Naruto being sealed into Daikokuten. He's not dead. He's 99% likely, I don't know. He's likely, it's possible he can come back in the future. I'll say that. If he comes back, him being sealed in Daikokuten still mattered. The consequences of it, the impact of it, the meaning of it, all of those emotions, everything that happened as a byproduct of it, it still happened. It still mattered. It doesn't matter if he comes back now because he was still sealed away for 3 years. That in and of itself is a consequence. That's almost a punishment. He's lost 3 years with his children. He's lost 3 years with the world. Who knows what's going to happen? Like, that's time that he didn't have, that he deserved, that was unfairly taken from him. The same with Kurama. He wasn't here for 3 years when he wished he could have been. Spend that time with Naruto and his family and everyone else. That was still taken from him. It was his own choice. It was Ishiki. But still, anything else, that's at the very least something that makes it meaningful.
That actually sounds very awe-inspiring.
Thank you.
Yeah, that did sound very, very hard.
Why would his death be made invalid, I guess? Is that what's being claimed?
Because he was brought back, of course. He didn't actually die.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Oh, when I go back and rewatch that
Himawari.
scene, what's the point? Because I know he comes back in the future.
It's just that now Kurama's just gonna have to. Well, Kurama's probably gonna have to grow up again. In a sense,
bad thing.
no, it's not a bad thing. I never said it was.
I mean, did Kurama
It's
want
just
to?